Namaskaram. Today in this video we shall talk about the fourth school of Indian philosophy of the Shaddarshanas, which is called as Vaiseshika philosophy. Kanada, Rishi Kanada, also known as Uluka or Kashyapa or Kanabhuj, was an ancient Indian natural scientist and philosopher who founded the Vaiseshika school of Indian philosophy that also represents the earliest Indian physics. He is Rishi Kanada. Kanada has laid stone through the Vaisheshika school of philosophy in India with ancient Indian physics. His traditional name is Kanada, which means atom eater, and he is known for developing the foundations of an atomistic approach to physics and philosophy in the Sanskrit text called Vaisheshika Sutra. His text is also known as Kanada Sutras or aphorisms of Kanada. He is the first person in the ancient India who talks about Anu and Paramanu, atom, long before even the Western world has detected what atom is. So Paramanuvada is atomism, and Kanada is the first person who has talked about it. The core idea of Paramanuvada or atomism is that the Vaisheshika school is most famous for its theory of atomism, which posits that all material objects in the universe are composed of indivisible eternal atoms and Paramanus. These atoms combine in various ways to form the diverse objects as we perceive in the physical world. There are four types of atoms essentially. Vaisheshika identifies these four types of atoms corresponding to the elements earth, which is Prithvi, number 1, number 2, water, Apas, number 3, fire, Tejas, and air, Vayu, along with the fifth element, of course, which is the space. These atoms are eternal and indestructible, and they combine to create the physical universe, according to Kanada. There are a number of categories of realities which are called as padarthas. The real objects are made up of 7 padarthas according to the Vaisheshika philosophy. These are dravya, substance, as they are called as. The 9 substances include earth, water, fire, air, ether. Ether is akasa, time, kala, space, dik, self, atman, and mind, manas. These are the 9 substances with which the individuals or maybe anything in nature is made. Then they also have gunas. Gunas are quality. These are the attributes or qualities that substances possess, such as color, taste, smell, motion, etc. And then Kanada talks about karma or action, which refers to the movement or activity of substances. He also talks about samanya, which is the fourth padartha called generality. The concept of universals, which allows for the classification of objects, forms a samanya, common nouns as they are called as. The fifth padartha is visesha, particularities. The uniqueness of the individual atoms or substances is called visesha or particularity. Then he talks about the samavaya. Samavaya is inherence, the inherent property of the substances, the relationship that holds together substances, qualities, and actions. And then the last is abhava, which is non-existence. The absence or negation of an object or quality is called abhava. Thus, we could find accordingly these categories: dravya, guna, karma, samanya, visesha, samavaya, and abhava provide a framework for understanding the nature of existence, how entities interact, and how change occurs on this planet. The Vaisheshika school of philosophy talks about realism and pluralism. The realism is it is a realistic school of philosophy asserting that the external world exists independently of our perception. Objects in the world are real, and their existence can be known through direct perception and inference. Epistemologically speaking, the philosophical study of knowledge is Vaiseshika school. That's why it is called epistemology. Epistemology is the philosophical study of knowledge. The Vaisheshika system, in conjunction with Nyaya, relies on pramanas. Remember, in Nyaya school of philosophy also, Gautama talks of pramanas. That is means of knowledge. Particularly perception, pratyaksha, and inference, anumana, to understand the world. Only these two are accepted, whereas the Nyaya philosophy accepts four. Right? The upamana and the shabda also is accepted by it, but Vaisheshika school of philosophy accepts perception, which is pratyaksha, and inference, which is anumana, to understand the world. Vaisheshika advocates pluralism by recognizing a multiplicity of independent substances, rather than reducing everything to a single underlying principle, as in monism. It emphasizes the diversity of the physical world and the different entities that constitute it. Vaisheshika school talks about the doctrine of causality along with the Nyaya. It is Vaisheshika that upholds the theory of causality, which is known as Asat Karyavada. Asat Karyavada. Asat Karyavada, which asserts that the effect does not pre-exist in its cause, but it is only newly produced. For instance, a pot is a new creation that arises from the combination of clay, water, and potter's wheel, isn't it? The school distinguishes between the material cause, upadana karana, and the efficient cause, nimitta karana, both of which are essential for producing the effect. So the doctrine of causality is Asatkaryavada, according to Vaisheshika school. It also talks about the concept of liberation or moksha, because the ultimate goal in Vaisheshika is to attain moksha, which is the liberation of the soul from the cycle of birth and rebirth, which is called samsara. Liberation is achieved through the knowledge of reality, particularly the knowledge of true nature of substances and the soul. Ethical conduct and self-discipline, along with the right understanding of the categories of existence, are essential steps towards liberation, according to Vaisheshika school. The most important literature that exists in Vaisheshika school is the Vaisheshika Sutra by Kanada, which is also called as Kanada Sutra. It is composed around the 2nd century BCE, and the text consists of 10 chapters with approximately 370 sutras or aphorisms. It talks about the atomism and the 7 categories of realities, which are the padarthas, and also the nature of Atman or the soul. The significance of the Vaisheshika Sutra serves as the primary source of Vaisheshika philosophy, which systematically presents the school's metaphysical framework, focusing on the classification of substances, qualities, and actions, as well as the concept of causality and the path to liberation. There are a number of commentaries that are available of Vaisheshika Sutra. Number 1 is Prashastapadas, Padartha Dharma Sangraha, which is a beautiful commentary on Kanada's Vaisheshika Sutra. Sridhara later in Nyaya Kandali also has given a commentary on Vaisheshika Sutras. Vyomashekara has written Vyomavati, which is a beautiful book on the commentary on Padartha Dharma Sangraha and explores the metaphysical aspects of Vaisheshika philosophy. Udayanacharya has written Kiranavali. This is another significant commentary that explains the complex ideas of Vaisheshika philosophy and integrates them with Nyaya thought. That is important. Given a close relationship between Nyaya and Vaisheshika, several texts actually combined these both doctrines. So, Annam Bhatta has written Trak Sanghara. Annam Bhatta has written Taraka Sangraha, and this text serves as an introductory manual to both Nyaya as well as Vaisheshika systems, providing a concise explanation of logic, epistemology, and metaphysics. Udayanacharya has written Nyaya Kusumanjali. Udayanacharya's Nyaya Kusumanjali, although primarily a Nyaya text, also discusses the Vaiseshika concepts, particularly in relation to the coexistence and existence of God and soul and the categories of reality. There are a number of videos, dear students, explaining Nyaya and Vaiseshika. They are very close to each other because both believe in logic, reason, to the extent of the physics world of atom and subatom level. And that is the reason why always Nyaya and Vaiseshika are taken together. Just like Sankhya and Yoga are taken together, Nyaya and Vaiseshika are taken together. You can watch any video that is available on the internet, or maybe I shall post this in your Google Classroom so that you could watch what Nyaya and Vaiseshika philosophies are as one of the best Shaddarshanas in the Indian context. Thank you very much for being a part of this video and listening to me. See you in the next video. Bye. Till then. Namaskaram.